woman walked into a Zurich consulting room in 1928 with one strange complaint. She kept seeing the same fish. Not in dreams alone, on menus, on a neighbor's tile, painted on a stranger's scarf as she walked past. She thought she was losing her mind. The man across from her listened quietly. Then he smiled gently. That man was Carl Jung, and what he told her changed how we understand the unconscious forever after. He said the symbol was not following her. Something inside her was reaching out to find it. Her name has been lost to history, but her pattern lives in you, more often than you realize today. You have your own recurring symbol, a number that appears too often, an animal that crosses your path repeatedly, a word you keep hearing, a color that surrounds you during certain seasons of your life. You notice them once. Then you dismiss them. You tell yourself it is coincidence. You move on with your day completely. But the symbols do not move on. They wait. They return. They knock louder each time you ignore them. Imagine a man named David, 38 years old, successful by every external measure he was taught to value. For 3 months, he kept seeing wolves. In films he randomly opened, on a tattoo, in a recurring dream. He told a friend it was strange. The friend laughed. David laughed too. But something inside him did not laugh. Because in the quiet hours, when the noise of his life paused, David felt the wolf was watching him directly. Not threatening him, asking him something he could not yet hear with the language of his daytime mind. This is where most people stop. They feel the pull of the symbol, then they bury it under work. But what Jung discovered is that the unconscious does not speak in sentences. It speaks in images and recurrences. When a symbol returns to you again and again, it is not random. It is the deepest part of you knocking. It is trying to bring a message into your conscious awareness, a message you have been refusing to hear clearly. David started writing the wolf down. Every time it appeared, he made one note, just one short sentence. Within 2 weeks, a pattern appeared on the page. The wolf came when he felt caged in his marriage. It came when he ate dinner alone in hotel rooms. It came when he agreed to things he did not want. The wolf was not warning him about danger outside. It was reminding him of something he had abandoned inside. His own wildness, his own instinct, his own refusal to live a life sculpted entirely by other people's expectations. This is the function Jung described. He called these living signals from the unconscious symbolic communication. Symbols are the native language of the deep psyche. The intellect uses words. The soul uses living images. When the soul wants your attention, it does not write you a letter. It places a wolf in your path, or a number, or a song, or a stranger who says the exact sentence you needed to hear that morning. Stay with me here. This next part will explain something about yourself you have never been able to articulate. Most adults walk through life surrounded by their own personal symbol system without ever decoding it once. You see the same recurring image. You feel the small electric recognition. Then your rational mind interrupts firmly. It says, you are imagining things. You are reading too much into this. You are being childish and superstitious. But Jung made one crucial distinction. He did not say the symbol caused the meaning. He said the symbol carried it. The meaning was already inside you. The symbol was the doorway through which it could finally enter consciousness. Picture this. You walk into a room. A painting on the wall catches your eye. It is the same image from your dream. You feel a shiver. You laugh it off. But for the rest of the day, something in you is awake that was sleeping. That is the unconscious finally getting through. The symbol is the messenger. The message has been waiting for years. Carl Jung wrote in his Red Book about exactly this experience. He listened to his own symbols for 16 years. He drew them, painted them, asked them questions. He treated them as living guests inside his psyche each evening. What he discovered changed depth psychology forever. The unconscious is not random. It is intelligent. It is patient. And it will use whatever is in your environment to deliver the message you have been refusing to hear consciously. So what about you? What symbol has been following you lately? Comment below the one image that keeps returning. A single word will do. Wolf, bird, number, or door, whatever it is, naming it begins the integration immediately. Now return with me to David, because the next part of his story is the part most people miss entirely. He could have stopped at recognition. Many do. They notice the symbol, name it, feel clever, and move on quickly. But Jung warned that recognition without dialogue is half the work. The symbol is not a riddle to be solved. It is a relationship to be entered. You do not crack a symbol like a code. You sit with it like a person. David began a practice. Each evening, 10 minutes, he would close his eyes and let the wolf appear in his mind. Then he asked one question: "What are you trying to tell me?" He did not strain for an answer. He listened patiently. At first, nothing came. Then images, then memories, then eventually a sentence rose up from somewhere beneath him. "You stopped trusting yourself when you were 9. The sentence was not his, and yet it was deeply his own. This is what Jung called active imagination, a conscious dialogue with the unconscious through its own symbolic language. It is not visualization. It is not manifestation. It is a real meeting between the conscious self and the deeper self. If you have ever noticed yourself doing this naturally, you are not broken. You are encountering individuation itself. Individuation is the lifelong process of becoming who you truly are, not who you were trained or conditioned to be. And the unconscious uses symbols as its primary tool to call you back into wholeness, always, without exception. Your recurring symbol is not following you randomly. It is a thread. Pull it gently and your real life unspools. There are signs you can use to recognize when a symbol is meaningful and not just background environmental noise. First sign: the symbol carries emotional charge. You feel something stir when you see it, not nothing at all. Second sign: it appears in different contexts, not just one source. It crosses the boundary of mediums and places. Third sign: it returns even after you try to ignore it. The unconscious is persistent. It does not forget you. Fourth sign: it connects to a life area you had been avoiding. Look honestly. The link is usually right there. Fifth sign: other people start mentioning it to you. The collective unconscious uses other humans as messengers too. When 3 or more of these signs appear, you are not imagining things. You are being addressed by your own depth. But here's the part most modern teachers miss entirely. The symbol is not telling you what to do externally. It is telling you what to feel internally. Then the action arises from that integrated feeling, not the other way. David did not leave his marriage because of the wolf. He stopped performing inside it. The real change was internal first. The exterior rearranged itself naturally after that, slowly, quietly, without drama, as individuation always tends to. So here is the practice for you. Tonight, before sleep, write down every recurring symbol from the last 6 months. Numbers, animals, words, songs, strangers' phrases, anything that returned more than 3 times into your daily awareness. Beside each one, write the life area where you feel most stuck right now: career, love, body, purpose, family. Now look for the connection. Do not force it, just notice. The unconscious has placed the map in front of you. For the next 7 nights, choose the strongest symbol. Close your eyes for 10 minutes before sleep each evening. Let the image arise. Ask it one question: what do you want me to do? Then listen without writing anything. In the morning, write whatever comes, not what you wanted to say, what it actually said when you listened openly. Do this for 1 week. By the end, you will know something about yourself you have never been able to name before. This is not magic. This is the oldest psychology in the world, the one Jung rediscovered for the modern mind. Your recurring symbols are not coincidence. They are the unconscious speaking the only language it knows fluently. Images, repetition, persistence, until you finally turn and meet what has been trying to reach you for years now. Most adults die having ignored their symbols their entire lives. The wolf kept returning. They kept looking away always. You do not have to do that. The doorway is open right now. The messenger is already standing in your room. The question is not whether the unconscious is speaking to you. It is. The question is whether you will finally listen. Your shadow is not your enemy. Your symbol is not your superstition. Both are messengers from your truest, deepest self. What you resist persists. What you face transforms. What you integrate becomes power. This is the Jungian way forward. If this resonated, subscribe to the Archetype Code. There is more of yourself waiting to be decoded here with us. Comment below the symbol that has been following you. Naming it out loud is the first act of true integration. And remember this: the unconscious has been waiting your entire life for you to turn around. Tonight you finally did.